Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, we'll be discussing the 2004 movie Miracle, starring Kurt Russell. Of course, the reason why I'm reviewing this movie is that the 2018 Winter Olympics was just a couple of weeks away, so I figured what could be more appropriate than discussing the biggest moment in the Winter Olympics history, other than maybe the Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan thing. But here or there. But for this one, it's like the biggest upset, and pretty much the history of sports, especially in Olympic history. Of course, the movie Miracle is the movie based on true story about the 1980 men's U.S. hockey team that upset beat the Russian team for, I think it was like 4-3 was the final score in the medal round to go eventually win a gold medal in the Olympics, but they had to go through the Russian team to get there. And of course, and Kurt Russell played the coach Herb Brooks, so it's really more of his story than the whole story of the whole team, because it's from his point of view, how he got the job as the coach of the men's hockey team. And originally, Herb Brooks was supposed to go as a player, go to the 1960 Winter Olympic Games, but unfortunately, he got cut like a few days, just before, about like 3 or 4 days before the 1960 Winter Olympics. So he was always trying to get back to the Winter Olympics after that, and he got his chance of coaching the men's hockey team. And of course, Herb Brooks eventually coached in the NHL after this. I think he coached the Islanders or the Rangers after the 1980 team. I'm going to show you how he picked the team. He wanted to have like full control of the team. Of course, in those days, unlike now, well, not this year. I'll get to that in a minute. Where they use college hockey players for the team. Now, until recently to this year, 2018, when they went to the Olympics, all teams, so they have all countries that are having a hockey team has to have all professional players. Well, not this year, because the NHL are now allowing the players to go play in the Olympics for 2018, because they have to take approximately 3 or 4 weeks off during the middle of the long season. So they didn't want to do that anymore. They didn't want to do that this year. So you have to go back to the amateurs almost, or at least minor league hockey players at the very least, because the NHL does have a minor league system, like Major League Baseball does. Anyway, so how he picks the teams, how he recruited the teams, recruit the players, I should say, how he kept drilling them. And this is an over 2-hour movie, and about more than halfway through, you haven't got to the Olympics yet. So then you finally get to the Olympic Games, and to me, this movie was kind of like the movie Secretariat, because they rushed through the early rounds of the Olympics against the other teams they faced. But they did focus on a game that they had like about 3 days before the Olympics started, which was an exhibition game between the United States and the Soviet Union team, which ironically will face again in the Olympics. And the Russian team just kicked their ass. I mean, they won like 10-1 or something, or 10-3, and it was a slaughter. And they did go into that game. They showed that game in the movie, and they, of course, like I said earlier, when they get to the Olympics, they like speed through the preliminary round, as they call it, and they speed through all those games. Like in Secretariat, they speed through. They dragged it out so that they only had like about 30 seconds, or at least it felt that way, going through the early rounds of the early teams and all that type of thing. And it wasn't until maybe about an hour and a half into the movie, or more than an hour and a half into this film, when they finally got to the big thing, which was the Olympics, 1980 Olympics medal mound game between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. And of course, that's where most of that film took about maybe a half hour, approximately a half an hour, to go through the whole game for the most part. And it did kind of speed up a little bit, but I wish that the game was like maybe 10 minutes longer. And if any, they did go to a pregame speech that Herb Brooks gives to the team. They did do that, but I wish that they go to maybe a speech during the intermissions. Because they did have 2 intermissions in the hockey game to try and prep the team up or whatever, talk strategy. They didn't even do it. They did. If that happened, they didn't show it in this movie. And well, the big thing is, of course, the reason we call it Miracle is because of that famous call by Al Michaels. Because at that time, the Olympics were on the ABC television network. And Al Michaels at that time would work for ABC. Now he works for NBC now. But he worked for ABC then. And for years and years and years he worked for ABC. And he said the night when the clock was clicking down the last few seconds, he says, "Do you believe in miracles?" Yes. And that's his most... even though he announced playoffs and World Series games in baseball, and of course the Super Bowls and Monday Night Football, that's his most famous call. And, I mean, if he dies today, I mean, that's going to be, it's the edge of his gravestone. Do you believe in miracles? Because that's where they got the title for the movie. But what a lot of people forget, even though the U.S. team beat the Russians in that game, most people forget they had to play one more game to win the gold medal. That was only the semi-final game. They have to play Finland to win in the gold medal game. A lot of people forget that little detail. People believe at the time that when the U.S. team beat the Russians in the 1980 Olympics, they thought they won the gold medal right then and there. No, they did not win the gold medal there. They played had to play the gold medal game against Finland, and they beat them. But what a lot of people, and also another thing a lot of people don't realize is the fact that Herb Brooks, who was a coach, could not stand with the team. Because they don't give the gold medal to the coach of the hockey teams. Just the players themselves, not the coaches. They never did. For the for the Olympic hockey team, whoever wins the gold medal, they don't give it to the coach. I don't understand the rationale behind that, but that's what they that's what they do in the Olympics, and it's still that way today. But but the problem they have in the movie, I'm not on a tangent, but the problem they have in the movie is that it didn't even show they didn't really show the gold medal game. Because actually most people remember, of course, the Miracle on Ice was the U.S. upset of the Russians. But they showed that game, but they said, we're Kurt Russell narrating. And once again, he mentioned earlier he played Herb Brooks, the coach. He never. A lot of people forget. 2 days later, we'd be filming for the gold medal, which made the miracle complete, which completed the miracle. But they showed when the gold medal game ended, they were celebrating on the ice for the gold. After the gold medal game ended, but that was it. They didn't show anything. They didn't really show anything because it was a 2-hour, 20-minute movie. It was 2 hours and 10 minutes already at that time, and they didn't even show the gold medal game. I mean, what the hell? And I know the movie focused on the U.S.-Russian game, but it would have been nice to actually have them show the gold medal game too, because they spent so much time in training the team and picking the team and Herb Brooks' training methods and all that type of thing, and his family life, or Herb Brooks' family life, but they failed to they spent so much time on that and they rushed through everything. Like I said earlier, they rushed through the whole other Olympic Games They focus on the rushing game, which is fine, which is what everybody remembers. But we'd like to see them show the gold medal game, or at least something of the medal game, at least more than 30 seconds. At least show 5 minutes of it. At least show them playing the gold medal game against Finland and getting ready for that game. And because they focused on the Russian game and they forgot to, the gold medal game. That's my only real problem with this movie, that they didn't focus on the gold medal game as much as they did with the Russians. I mean, I can understand that, because that's, where the miracle happened. That's where the biggest upset was, and not the gold medal game itself. But nobody expected the U.S. team to even beat anybody because of what happened with the exhibition game, as I mentioned earlier, against the Russians. So, this happened in Madison Square Garden, by the way. But, they didn't focus enough on the gold. They just mentioned that they won. They beat Finland for the gold medal, but that's it. I mean, come on. I mean, it felt like kind of ripped off on that. But on the ending, it felt like I kind of got the shaft a little bit. But for the movie itself, I actually do like the movie. I do recommend it, despite the problem not showing the gold medal game, except for when the game ended, of course. When the whole hockey team stood on the podium, getting the gold medal, and that's it. And it did show at the time the movie came out what the players were doing now, or at least at the time in 2004 when the movie came out. Of course, they also did mention the fact that Herb Brooks, or the real Herb Brooks, passed away just after filming. Principal filming was completed for this film, so the movie was dedicated to him. Because, like I said at the top, the movie was focused on Herb Brooks' point of view in this film. So that's my review of the movie Miracle. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on it, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and all on my YouTube channel at rallyc.com, that's all WDY, rallyc.com. Homepage and Rally Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.